Hey everyone, thank you for watching. Today's video is going to be a little bit different. I'm going to be decluttering my Sephora Loves List here on camera with you guys. So the VIB sale is going on the day I'm filming. It is started today. I've already placed my order. My haul will be coming. I've done a VIB recommendations and wish list video, but around the time of the VIB sale, that's when I go through my Loves List and I take off items maybe I've already purchased, items that don't interest me anymore, things like that. And I started doing it the other day and then I thought, hello, you're a YouTuber, you should be filming this. I know I've seen other people do this before as well. Liv from Liv Loves Her Makeup has done it. I believe I've seen Jessica Braun do this style of video, so I will link them down below, of course. But I did ask over on my Instagram if you guys would want to see this video, and a lot of you said yes, and one person said that you thought it could be like a Sephora VIB sale anti-haul of sorts. So that's what we're going to be doing today. I'm going to let you know the items that I'm removing from my Sephora Loves List, what I decided not to pick up from the sale. So why don't we go ahead and get started. Alrighty, so starting off with, I just have my Loves List pulled up here on my phone. Okay, so I have the Fresh Soy Face Cleanser for $38 on my Sephora Loves List. I constantly get the minis of these. I think I mentioned this in my Sephora products that never make it out of my cart video. I'll have that listed down below and my most recent Sephora Loves List video as well, in case you want to see more kind of on the same vein of these videos. But I somehow always get a mini. It's either in like a kit that I'm buying, I get a 100 point perk. I almost always have this cleanser in my collection, but I just cannot purchase the full size because I just always get the mini somehow. So I'm just gonna go ahead and remove that from my Loves List because it's just ridiculous how long it has been on there. It's a little silly. Okay, also on here is the Becca, the Shimmering Skin Perfector in Prismatic Amethyst. So this is a highlight. I actually did have a subscriber send this to me. I've only tried it a couple times so far, but it's so beautiful. I love Becca highlights. They're just so expensive. They're $38. So I really like Becca highlights, but I always try to get them like during a sale or something, or I have my Ulta coupon or something like that, because $38 for one highlight is expensive. So I was so excited when that showed up in my P.O. box. It's got a beautiful like purple shift to it. It's so pretty. But since I do have that one in my collection, I'm gonna go ahead and remove that one. Alrighty, so next up, I think this also was in my items that don't make it out of my cart or whatever I call that video. And this one I actually put in my recommendations and wish list video in my wish list section, and I cut it out because that video was, I think it was 28 minutes long. When I first like went through and did my rough cut of everything, it was at like 38 minutes, I think it was, and I'm like, this is too long. I only ended up removing one product that I was either recommending or was on my wish list, and it was this guy, because I'm like, you're not buying it. I know you're not buying it. They know you're not buying it. You're not buying it. Don't even put it in your wish list because it's stupid. It's the YSL Touche Clout Blur Primer. It's $52 for a primer. I'm not buying it. Like, why? I don't know. It just continues to sit here on my Loves List, and I'm like, get it together. You're not buying it. I know a lot of people speak really highly of this primer, and you know what? Maybe down the road one day I'll buy it, but as of right now, I can't see myself buying a $52 primer. It hurts me to buy like a $50 foundation. I do it. I have the Dior Forever Skin on today. That I believe that foundation is $52, but something about a $52 primer, I'm just not doing it. I'm gonna go ahead and remove it. I do have on here the Olehenriksen Pore Balance Facial Sauna Scrub. I'm gonna remove it because I did purchase the full size of it. I had a mini, I fell in love with it, purchased the full size. One of my favorites, I recommended it in the sale. The Clinique Take the Day Off Cleansing Balm for $29.50. I'm gonna go ahead and remove this because it's been on my list for a while and I'm just not purchasing it, and I don't think I'm going to. There's so many other makeup removers that I really love. I recommended in that video the Olehenriksen 3-in-1 Melting Cleansing Balm, or whatever it's called. I really love that one. There's other ones that I prefer so much more, and for whatever reason, the Clinique one, there was one time in Sephora where I was in store and I had it in my hands, and I had a gift card, so it was either between the Clinique or the Olehenriksen sauna scrub. I could only get one, and I went with the Olehenriksen repurchase because I'm like, you know I have other ones of these that I love. Like, I know a lot of people enjoy this one, but it's just unnecessary for me to purchase right now. So gonna go ahead, I'm gonna remove that one. Next up here, I have the Natasha Denona Mini Sunset Eyeshadow Palette for $25. My friend Candace did send it to me. I actually reviewed it recently in a video. I can leave it linked down below if you wanna see my thoughts on this palette, but I do have it in my collection, so I'm gonna go ahead and remove that. So I ended up not purchasing, this is where the anti-haul part can come in. I said in my wish list video that I was thinking about purchasing one of the new Huda Beauty Liquid Matte Minis. So you get 4 mini liquid lipsticks for $33, and there was 2 sets that I had my eye on. I decided not to do it. I purchased other lip products instead for the sale. I decided not to do this one because I seriously have, I think it's 10 or 12 of the Huda lipsticks. And each set that I wanted had at least 1 mini that I do already have. So even though I think they're a good value, I was like, well, technically now I'm paying $33 for 3 minis because I already have 1 in each of the sets. So it didn't seem worth it to me. So I decided not to buy that one. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove that one too. Still think it's a great deal though. Still think it's a great deal, I gotta say. The Anastasia Beverly Hills Soft Glam palette is on my loves list. I did get that sent to me as a birthday gift from my friend Katie Marie from My Vanity here on YouTube, which I was so excited about. Again, I did review it in that same video with the Natasha Denona palette, so I'm gonna go ahead and remove it because it now is in my collection. But yeah, that was on my loves list. Like from the moment it came out, I so wanted that palette, but I was on such a firm low buy that I was like, don't you do it, girl, don't you do it. So to get that as a birthday gift was so freaking sweet. So a big thank you again to Katie for that. I feel like this might be a regret from the sale, and I know that VIB Rouge can shop again. Is it next weekend? I think it is. We get to shop again. Yeah, next weekend. We do get to shop a second time, and I still might purchase this, but I didn't in my haul that I placed this morning. It was the Sephora Collection 57 brush for $24. And I think my problem is I had a number in mind that I wanted to spend on the sale. My first time through, it was way over, and I went through and I cut things down. I said no. Ulta put out their 20% coupon, sneaky, I see you. So I also placed an order with Ulta. I'll do that all in the haul video too, but I was right at the number where I wanted to be at, and so the $24 was gonna put me a little bit higher, and I was like, you know, I do have this brush, and I love it, and it's still in such good condition. It's just one of those things that I'm like, I feel like I should retire this brush because I've had it for so long, but it's still in such good shape, and every time I wash it, it's completely fine. It's not falling apart, so I was like, so I didn't do it, but I'm not gonna take it off my list yet. No, I'm not gonna take it off my list yet because I still might do it just because I feel like I should, but that's gonna stay on my list. I can't take it off yet. No. Okay, also on here, the Makeup Forever Ultra HD Invisible Cover Stick Foundation for $43. This has been on my loves list for the longest time, and I keep telling myself I'm gonna buy it because it's like one of those cult favorites and so many people absolutely loved this foundation, but I don't think I'm ever gonna do it. It's been on my list forever. I'm gonna go ahead and remove it. I have tried the regular foundation with the pump and everything, the Ultra HD foundation, and I like that foundation just fine. I have 2 different shades of it, but it's not an absolute favorite of mine. I didn't get like as geeked out about it as I thought maybe I would, so I feel that kind of goes into me not purchasing the stick foundation, and I'm not a huge fan of stick foundations, I'll say that too, so I think that also comes into play there. The Tatcha Water Cream for $68. Let me just go ahead and remove that. No. Okay, so $68 for a moisturizer is incredibly pricey. Now, my friend Liv actually did send me a little Tatcha bestsellers kit. I think it was around Christmas time, I want to say, which I was so excited about, and I was trying all of the products in the set, and I realized with the water cream that I like it, but I don't necessarily love it, and to spend $68 for a full size, like that's just gonna be something that I'm not gonna do. I have other moisturizers that I'm very loyal to, that I repurchase, that I use all the time, so to spend a luxury price for a moisturizer, I'm just not gonna do it. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove that. These next items, oh man, I've had these on my loves list forever. These are the Makeup Forever Artist Face Color Highlight, Sculpt, and Blush Powder. So they're $23 for a powder product, and you can choose which one you want, and they have a bunch of different shades and finishes and such, and you can also buy a little palette to go with it, and it's actually a better deal. Like say you were to purchase 3 face powders and then you would purchase the 3-pan palette, you actually get a discount on them. So I was really curious about these. I have a contour shade, I think it's S112 or something like that, and I ended up getting a 100 point perk of a blush, which is great, but what I realized kind of with this is that I really enjoy the contour powder I have. I really enjoy the blush that I have as a mini, so it kind of doesn't make sense for me to purchase one other face powder and then purchase the 3-pan palette on top of it because they don't go together, so that discount wouldn't apply. So I'm purchasing them each separately. Otherwise I can just get the pans, but then I'd have to put them into my Z palette, and I'd rather make a little palette. It's all confusing. And also I'll say that those are the 2 shades that I want the most. There's not really any other shades that really are calling to me, whether it be with a contour, blush, or highlight. Just nothing is really speaking to me. So I've had these on my loves list for the longest time, and I've gone in and I've like tried to make different combinations, and it's kind of one of those things where like I'm feeling like I'm just putting together a 3-pan just because it's a good deal, not necessarily because I need it type of thing, you know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna go ahead and remove that. The Huda Beauty Faux Filter Foundation for $40. I'm gonna go ahead and take that off my loves list. This was a thing where maybe it was a good thing all of the shades sold out so quickly, because I wanted to purchase it, and I remember making a Sephora purchase like shortly after it came out, I'm fairly sure, because I went to order it and I was like, oh no, my shades are sold out. Not every shade was sold out at that time, but like the majority of shades were sold out. So I didn't do it, and they were constantly sold out, constantly sold out. But it was one of those things where I started watching review videos. I'm like, you know what? I don't think I would love this foundation. Just hearing what people are saying. Not that people are saying it's a bad foundation. I think it's pretty good, but it doesn't sound like, between it being like super full coverage and very mattifying, it just doesn't sound like a foundation that I would enjoy. That would be my personal preference. And a lot of people are saying it smells really funky, which is weird. But I'm gonna go ahead and remove that. There's other foundations that I was much more interested in. I picked up a foundation in the sale as well, so I'm pretty excited about that. I've had on here the Marc Jacobs Beauty Highliner Gel Eye Crayon Eyeliner for $25 in Pink of Me is the shade that I want. I mentioned this in my recommendations and wish list video that the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On pencils are kind of like surpassing these Marc Jacob ones. I typically always recommend the Marc Jacob liners in my sale videos, which I said I would still recommend them, but $25 is very expensive for an eyeliner. And I actually got one, and now I can't remember the shade of it in the Urban Decay one, but it looks really similar to this Pink of Me from Marc Jacobs. So I'm happy about that. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove that liner because I don't think I need it anymore. Oh yes, this guy's still here. Oh good. The Tom Ford bronzer brush. This also was in my products that will not come home with me for that video. The Tom Ford bronzer brush is $115 for one brush. One brush. So the reason it's even on my loves list is because I hear so many people talking about it, and honestly not even so much anymore. I'll say that because I've watched quite a few of these recommendations videos, and I feel like last year watching these videos, somehow this brush was like sneaking its way into so many different videos, and people are like, I know it's expensive, but it's the best brush. And I'm like, I want the best brush too. So it's been on my loves list, but I mean, your girl can't click yes on a $115 brush, even though I love bronzing and it looks like a nice brush. I'm just not gonna do it, and it's just constantly sitting here. So you know what? Bye. I don't need you. What do they say? What do the kids say these days? Bye, Felicia. I don't even know what that means. No one has ever explained that to me. Explain that to me. What does that mean? Who's Felicia? Why don't we like her? Sephora Collection, a Sephora Pro Warm Palette for $68. Nah, I just could never talk myself into this big old $68 eyeshadow palette from Sephora Collection. A lot of people said it was just like so-so. Yeah, out of here. The Hourglass Confession Ultra Slim High Intensity Refillable Lipstick for $34. $34 for a little teeny little lipstick. Girlfriend, get it together. You're not buying that. That's been on my loves list forever. Get out of here. Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation for $64. Again, this is another one of those products that has just been on my loves list forever. When I was first starting to watch YouTube videos, like everybody was wearing this and talking about it and raving about it, but it was $64, and that might be the highest priced foundation that I would ever purchase. I'm looking at my foundations. I think the Dior at $52 is still my highest priced foundation. So $64, yeah, out of here. Why haven't I been saying that the whole time? Dang it, it could have been my catchphrase. And then just one more product, and then we are done and we are decluttered. The Urban Decay Naked Skin Weightless Ultra Definition Liquid Foundation for $40. This is one that I just have never gotten myself to buy. And I like Urban Decay, one of my favorite brands. I like a lot of their foundations, but this is always one where I think it's one of those things that like new foundations come out and I'm like, I want to try the new one. I want to try the new one. And this is an older foundation, just an older release that I've just I've never been able to do. So it's been on my list for a while. I'm clearly not gonna buy it. Boom, removed. Ah, my loves list is so small now. It's looking good. It's looking decluttered. So boom, we are done. Okay, so that is everything for today's video, decluttering my Sephora Loves List, kind of giving you a sneak peek of items that I decided not to purchase during the VIB sale. Like I said, my haul video will be coming up. I did place my orders online, of course, because I love Ebates and I don't like leaving my house. So I'm just waiting for both that Ulta order and then my Sephora order to come, and then I will film my haul video. But I'd love to know if you guys did enjoy this style of video, if you'd want to see these more often, what you thought about the products that I decided to remove from my loves list. But other than that, that's going to do it for today's video. If you guys did enjoy it or you found it entertaining in some way, I hope that you'll give it a thumbs up. I hope that you'll also consider subscribing before you go, and I'll catch you guys in tomorrow's video.